Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 crazy NBA stories which you may have forgotten about. Remember guys, before we got into this one, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like the video, and let's get straight into number 10. Number 10. The Cavs traded everyone. The favourites in the Eastern Conference, who won the title the year before last and have the league's best player, conducted an unprecedented roster makeover. Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose, Jay Crowder, Channing Frye, Dwayne Wade, Iman Shumpert, all out. Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, Rodney Hood, George Hill, all in. Absolutely unprecedented roster turnover, incredibly bold deadline from an elite team. Was it a good choice? Probably, but it seems hanging on to Kyrie would have been the best path. Number 9. Lavar Ball actually created a league. The rise of Lavar Ball is ridiculous to rehash. It started with Lonzo Ball, that kid at UCLA. His dad said he could beat MJ in one-on-one. Eventually, Big Baller Brand came to be the crazy pieces of the shoes and other apparel. LaMelo and LiAngelo came onto the scene, as one dropped 92 and the other was arrested. And now Lonzo is Lavar's son more than Lavar is Lonzo's dad. And the craziest thing of all is Lavar creating the Junior Basketball Association, an alternative amateur league which my friend jokingly signed up for the other day. Number 8. Paul Pierce complained about Isaiah's tribute video. Paul Pierce has always been a bit of a diva, but his beef with Isaiah was really a new low. Isaiah Thomas was a top 5 MVP finisher for the Celtics, and he played through a terrible hip injury, a tooth knocked out, and the tragic death of his sister. Then the C's traded him. Kind of a jerk move, but it's a business. So, naturally, the Celtics planned a tribute video for his first game at the Garden. But Paul Pierce has a problem with this, considering it was also his jersey retirement night. Isaiah responded with class, telling Boston to give the night to Pierce. Number 7. The number 1 pick sat out most of the season and forgot how to shoot. Markelle Fultz was a perfect fit to put next to Ben Simmons in Philly. When he twisted his ankle in Summer League, everyone did the, oh, of course the Sixers rookie is injured. But we had no idea. By the preseason, people began to question Fultz's shooting form, and a handful of games into the season, Fultz began to sat out with a shoulder injury. No one really knew how bad the injury was, and eventually we forgot about him. That is, until Brett Brown randomly announced that he was coming back, and now he is. And his jump shots look, well, they look fine.
Watch, no doubt. There's the bump. Clearing space and then right to the rim. That is a strong young man.
Number 6. J.R. Smith threw soup on a coach. J.R. has had his fair share of weird events over the years, but this one really does stand out. Smith was suspended for 1 game by the Cavaliers for throwing soup on assistant coach Damon Jones. Just imagine how this went down. Things are shouted back and forth probably, and the shooting guard just hurls the bowl of soup at the assistant coach. Such a JR move that is. Number 5. Eric Bledsoe doesn't want to be there. Eric Bledsoe had already been reportedly unhappy in Phoenix, where he was the only veteran of value on a tanking team. Then, in the first month of the season, when the Suns were already performing at a historic low and their head coach had been fired, Bledsoe tweeted, "I don't want to be here." He was traded a week and a half later, but it was the hair salon, right? At number 4, we have KCP played in a game wearing an ankle monitor. Yeah, that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it happened. It wasn't even a big deal at the time. KCP, Lakers wing, got a DUI last year when playing for Detroit. This year, his 25-day jail sentence was implemented. A work release program allowed him to leave prison for games, but he couldn't leave the state of California, so he got a DMP personal reasons in some road games. Absolutely crazy. Number 3. Bobby Portis broke Nikola Mirotic's face. As training camp was winding down, competing power forwards Bobby Portis and Nikola Mirotic got into a scuffle during a scrimmage. Mirotic shoved Portis and Portis returned with a punch right to Nico's face, which left him out for a couple months with various fractures. Portis was suspended for 8 games and apologised. Meanwhile, with both out, Laurie Macaron introduced himself. Mirotic, still broken in the face, said it was either him or Portis, but Mirotic couldn't be traded till December. Then, they had reportedly buried the hatchet, but then Mirotic did get traded. Number 2. The whole Kawhi Leonard saga. Imagine this, it's the beginning of the season and Kevin Durant has a hamstring injury. He should be back by opening night though. A setback is reported and he won't play opening night. Then more setbacks are reported. When will the star small forward play? Finally, in January, KD returns. He plays 8 games of a 14-game stretch and then is shut down again. The team doctors clear him, but he sits out. The team's Hall of Fame point guard Steph Curry says, "My hamstring injury was way worse and I sucked it up and played through it." Then a report comes out there was a team meeting where they begged Durant to play, but he refused. Andre Iguodala tweets that it couldn't be further from the truth. Now it's time for the playoffs and the star forward still hasn't returned. And finally, at number 1, we have the Rockets-Clippers tunnel war. This is definitely the craziest story, no question. Chris Paul, former Clipper, was playing against his former team at the Staples Center. There is obvious friction during the game between CP3 and certain Clippers, namely Blake Griffin and Austin Rivers. After the game, Chris Paul and fellow star James Harden used a secret tunnel in the bowls of the Staples Center to sneak into the back of the Clippers locker room. The best part of the story though is that Clint Capella was sent to the front door of the Clippers locker room to distract the Clippers from Harden and Paul sneaking in the back. Capella reportedly knocked on the front door and the Clippers opened it, then slammed it right in his face. This is such an amazing story and I can't wait to watch the action movie. Anyways guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. If you did enjoy this one, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like the video, and I will see you in the next one.